All right, good morning. I'm here. Don't worry about it. Good morning. Come on in. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay, good morning. God bless you guys. Hold on. Let me just get this right. There's a lot going on. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome everybody over there on YouTube. Oh, there's a lot going on over here. Oh my God, I'm not even ready for this today. Oh my goodness, it's a motivate. No, it's a wake the F up Monday. I'm getting my shows mixed up. Hold on, let me just get this right. I don't know if y'all could see me. I don't know if the screen. I don't know. Okay. Let me see if this is right. Wake up, get up, get up, get up. Okay. Let me start all over. Welcome, guys. Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake up, team. Wake the F up Monday. Like my mother always said, thank God for Jesus. We are here. It's a Wake the F up Monday. Welcome, Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake up, team. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. 9 years strong. We still doing it. Truly appreciate you guys' support throughout the years with the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. It is with the F Up Monday, March the 10th, 2025. 3 minutes after the hour, or 5 minutes after the hour, guys. Welcome, Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake Up Team. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Miss Miko's coming in a moment, and we're gonna get this thing popping. But what I want to say is, come on into the room. And I'm gonna make a live video after the show. After the show today, I talk about the weekend that we had in New York City. Uh, Celebrated my 60th birthday at Comedy in Harlem, which to me was appropriate. Shout out to Jamie Roberts, Nikki Sunshine. Oh, there go Miss Migo. We'll get into that later. We'll get into all that later. Let's clap.
Good morning.
She's
Good
in the
morning,
building.
everyone.
I can barely hear you, Miko.
Hold on, let me turn my. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, a little bit. You sound. Let me see. That is it me. All right, say something.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Okay, you might have to talk a little louder, but you're fine. Guys, welcome on the place on earth where you get your morning started right. Shawn Harvey Morning Show Wake Up Team on the Wake the F Up Monday. Miss Miko, good morning. Looking well, Miss Miko. God bless you. God
Thank you
bless
so
you.
much, Sean. Thank
And
you.
and and how are you, young lady?
I'm good. Happy belated birthday again. How was the party? You got to give me all the details on that. We can get into that during the show. Good morning,
Yeah.
Sister Soldier. Good morning, Youngin. Wake the F Up Monday. It's your girl, Miss Miko, and it feels good to be here with you guys. For those of you that went to Sean's party, I'm sorry I missed you guys. It's just simply no more room. So me and Cindy couldn't make it, but I know you had a great time. Tell me all about it. What is the tea? But first, let's get into the weather. Right now in Bethlehem, PA, where we broadcast live from, the weather is currently 35 degrees, but we're going to double those numbers. We're going to go to a high of 62, sunny, and warm. So that you heard me right. We'll be 62 degrees by 3 p.m. this afternoon. So I'm going to get my butt out there, go for a walk, stretch my legs. You should too. New York City, you guys are not too far off. Currently, you're 41, going to a high of 61. So you too will have some nice weather. You can take off the earmuffs, take off the gloves, take off the scarf, but keep the coat on. Don't take off too much now. Keep the coat on and just enjoy this lovely day. But before you do anything, you want to stick with us, the only place on earth where you get your morning started right.
We get your morning started right. Thank you, Miss Miko. We truly appreciate you. Welcome everyone to the channel. And before we get into the birthday thing, I think we'll get into a few. Let's go to a few stories or whatever's going on out there in the world because of the weekend. I don't know. No, I have no. The world could be coming to an end. I would not know. I don't know nothing that's going on out there. Just if you don't mind, just throw one,
You you
so
you
then
you
we can
turned
get.
up that much that you ain't know what was going on, Sean?
Yo, I don't have a clue on what's going on out here in these streets. So if you give me one story, then I'll get ready to talk about the weekend. But I need something. A plane crash or what is it? What happened? Who died? I don't know what happened. What's up? Good morning, guys. Welcome to the show. Only place on earth where you get your morning start right. Tracy Ray's in the building. Mike Grassley, God bless all you guys. Thank you so much. I tell you one thing. I'm completely exhausted, but it's all good. It's a good feeling. And I want to
The
thank
love,
everybody.
I seen the pictures. There was a lot of love in the building. But let me
Oh,
get
the
a story
love.
for you
It
first.
was so much love in the building. I started loving myself. Oh, I started loving myself.
Yes.
I had to go in the bathroom and love myself for a minute before I come back out. Uh,
You so crazy. Let's get into let's get into Detective Marissa Mercado. Does that name sound familiar for you, Sean?
no.
Okay, so Detective Melissa Mercado is a Bronx SVU detective who was actually in a music video that went viral on World Star Hip Hop, and then she was exposed to be a police officer. So now her job is in jeopardy. So, the New York City detective who went viral after starring in the rap video twerking in a thong bikini because she was a stripper in the video, she will no longer investigate active cases with the Special Victims Unit. Marissa Mercado's behavior was under review. The department didn't immediately answer when asked if the 7-year New York Police Department veteran had broken any specific rules when she appeared in doing that video by Hempstead rapper Esquire. Pitch Perfect, who directed the video, told TMZ News that he and the rapper hired Mercado from a casting agency and was unaware of her day job. None of us were aware, he said. What her main profession was, that's none of our business. The video was posted on World Star Hip Hop. She was not named in the clip, which Clicky made his rounds to rank among the #1 video played on World Star Hip Hop last week. It was particularly disturbing for sex crimes investigators to make a video that's degrading to women, said NYPD Special Victims Division Chief Michael Osgood. I think this conduct is becoming a police officer, and I find it wrong morally if you're a special victims detective. This is the police officer. She's absolutely beautiful. Marissa Mercado. You guys see her?
Yeah.
Beautiful woman. And I think I have her. And this is her dancing in the video. She's on the pole. So by her doing this video, it has started a big upgrade because people are like, what she does during her day job has nothing to do with her night job. She was not in uniform. No one was aware that she was a police officer. Hey, Trump is a freaking convicted felon and he's the president. New York City police officers, they have not been fired for doing worse, mainly killing black men. So why are you guys crucifying this woman? What are you guys' thoughts? Do you think that she should be reprimanded in any kind of trouble, or just let the girl have her side hustle and do what she do? Or do you think it's a moral thing because she's an SVU detective that she's pretending to be a stripper in a music video? What do you think, Sean?
Uh, welcome to the Shawnee Place on Earth where you get your morning start. Right, put a #1 chat room if you can hear Miss Miko talk. Put a #2 if you can.
Oh no, y'all
Miko, you
can't hear
sound
me.
low, but I can hear you. It might be on my end, but I can hear you. Okay. This is what I think about this. Welcome to the show. Wake the F up Monday. We getting ready to go in. And we're going to talk about the birthday weekend once we get into the show. If you can hear Miss Miko, put a #1. And let's clap. Let's give a round of applause, guys, for Miss Miko. She got the clear face. The Vaseline is definitely popping on the forehead. She got that executive look, but at the same time, she looked like she's running to the store. And as we know, recently, Miss Miko is a big executive at her job right now. There's 500 people that has to answer to her. So let's give a round of applause to Miss Miko over there handling her business. What I think about this. Okay, first of all, the police officer is absolutely beautiful. Okay.
She is. She's a beautiful woman.
And there's not a lot of beautiful police officers out there in the country, let alone New York City. You see a lot of female police officers, man. They half of them are studs. No disrespect. The other half of them look like somebody's auntie. And then you got the moderate ones that look okay, and then you have the special ones that are beautiful. I could count on my fingers the times I've seen some beautiful. I haven't seen a beautiful police officer in 20 years. Put a #1 chat room if you see and you're passing a beautiful police officer out there in these streets. You rarely do. You see one or two.
Yeah, she's very pretty. Yeah,
There's a lot of female police officers that are facially challenged.
There's a lot of 3s and 4s police officers, not too many 10s.
There's a lot of 2s and 3s out there as far as the police officers female. Very rare you see a 10. You got 50% studs, and the other ones is hard on the eyeballs.
Princess said he's been seeing a lot of gorgeous ones lately.
Say what?
Princess said he's been seeing a lot of gorgeous police officers lately.
And my whole thing is, if I was in an emergency and I called 911, do I really want a gorgeous police officer coming to save my ass? I don't think so.
Why?
I want a stud to come and save me. I want a dude.
Oh, shut up.
Anyway, in this particular, when the last time you seen a beautiful? You said Princess seen a beautiful officer recently. When the last time, especially out here where I live here in Bethlehem,
I don't even see
female
no police officers. Yeah, I don't see no cops, so I don't know.
I don't even see police officers out here. Okay, now back to this. Now, if the young lady obviously is involved with a booking agency and she's doing her little side hustle, which is nothing wrong with that, and she has a tremendous body, you know, shake what your mother gave you, or your father, okay? Because there's a lot of women out here in these streets that have beautiful bodies and they're very voluptuous and they got fat asses and all that. It's not necessary that they came from their mother. Some of these women out here, women out here, fathers got fat asses, Paul.
Yeah.
So if your father got a fat ass, that don't mean your mother got a fat ass and you got your fat ass from your father, because you and your father got fat asses.
Right.
Because Lord knows in the times that we live in today, a lot of these men out here running around with bigger hips and asses than women are. And men, you should be ashamed of yourself. Pause. How am I going to walk around here with bigger hips and ass than my wife? This is crazy. Now, this particular woman was minding her business. She had a little side hustle. She was taking advantage of her body that her mother or father gave her. She obviously loves to dance. She knows how to twerk. She's a young woman. I'm for sure she's young, under 40 years old, I'm guessing, or maybe even in her under 30, in her mid 30s. And she's out there doing her side hustle, which happens to be, you know, her dancing and twerking. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
So there's a conflict because she's in a special unit of the New York City police that have to do with sex crimes and all that, and why you sitting up there twerking and dancing. But she's doing it off hours. The producers didn't know that she was
she's not in uniform.
They didn't even know it. They didn't know. It went viral. And then one of your punk ass co-workers went to the management and said, look, here go what's her name? What's her name?
Marissa Mercado.
Maritza Mercado. That's a typical Puerto Rican name from the Bronx.
She's a Latina woman.
It's a typical Latino name from the Bronx. Somebody dropped the dime on her. Because they was mad at her because she hot stepping all day in the job, looking beautiful, and people got haters at the job. And then it went viral, and now there's an investigation. What did she violate? I don't understand. I don't get it. This woman,
according to her boss, it was a moral compass that she violated. Morally, it's wrong for her to do that.
It's morally wrong for her to shake her ass in a music video?
Mm-hmm.
Off hours?
Mm-hmm.
Now this brings me to the next story.
Only because she's part of the SVU and she's not hurting for money. She makes $144,000 a year.
Hold on a second. Hold on, Mika. My mother's on the phone. My Mama Harvey's on the phone. Ma, I'm doing the podcast right now. Don't say nothing too weird. I got everybody listening.
That's good morning. I'm on my way out. Okay.
Okay. I'll call you back.
Okay. All
right. Just because she works for a particular department in the police department, I don't see where this is a moral issue. She's out there. She's doing her side hustle. There's a lot of people got side hustles. She happens to like to dance and twerk on the side. And actually, she did it the right way. She was with a booking agent. The producers searched for a woman in the agency. they hired her. She did
Yeah,
it all
Pitch
the right
Perfect
way.
is her agency. Yeah.
Now it goes to the next story. Before we get back to this, and I'll give you my final ruling on that. There was and if you look it up, it should pop up. But just recently, a flight attendant got fired
Yes.
for
And she wasn't even
twerking.
twerking. She was just moving her back around because I don't know what she was doing in that aisle. I was like, girl. But
No,
she was in full uniform at work. That was the problem. She was in full uniform at work.
see, in that particular situation, just like Miss Miko just said, when you're, I think she was twerking. She was showing her ass. She
No,
was
she was
acting
doing
very.
this. She ain't had
She
no
was
ass showing.
actually she was acting very inappropriate at the job on the plane, getting
On
her
her
dance
last day of
on.
probation. That was her last day of probation. That was her
Right, it
90
was her
day.
last day of probation. She was celebrating it, so she decided to do something really stupid and twerk on the airplane and put it out on social media, which got her fired. And as she should be fired. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want nobody to lose their job, but you're a smart woman and you did something really dumb because you're
Right.
doing everything for the likes, and now you lost your job, and then you probably won't be able to work for the airline industry anymore because
Again,
the rest
yeah.
of the airlines don't trust you because you're gonna be twerking too much. Now you might could parlay this into a OnlyFans or a private airline you can work for, drive, that's flying millionaires around. Maybe you could parlay it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Now back to my my niece, my beloved young lady in the Bronx. All charges should be dropped. This woman should should go back to work without being harassed by her coworkers, and she did absolutely nothing wrong in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Let this woman go back to work so she can continue on with her life. I know she's probably freaking out right now because she thinks she's gonna lose her job. Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
if they fire
I would
you,
be too.
I would sue New York City Police Department, and I would to get my justice and my pay and my compensation. That's what I'll do. But New York City PD, please, whatever you do, don't fire this young lady. She did absolutely nothing wrong.
Right.
What else you got?
Um,
And welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. We truly appreciate you. Roma Johnson's in the house, or Mike Rassey, and
ain't
all
that
the other sprinters. And we'll get
Roma.
into the birthday in a minute. We just want to get through a few stories before we get into that. And I appreciate everybody for coming out. And I was telling SennyJ, like, I'm gonna do another show. The momentum, I have a lot of momentum here, so I'm gonna take advantage of it, and I'm gonna put on another show later on this year at Comedy in Harlem. I literally turned away each night more people than attended both shows, so that was very humbling, and I truly appreciate the love and the success. We had 90 people there on Friday. Princess was there. And Roma Johnson celebrated her birthday there.
Wait, there was
All
no
the
Stabs Princess made in the building and I missed it?
Yeah, she was there. She was in the building,
Princess.
and all the LaShawns were there. LaShawn Brown, LaShawn Oliver, LaShawn. All we had the LaShawns there, which I truly appreciate. Princess was there, front and center, and people was pulling me from all directions. I really couldn't even focus on what I was doing at the moment. I'm out there selling my product. It was a lot. The show was tremendous. The love was overwhelming. I had to literally call people and tell them, don't come to the club. Don't even come in because there is nowhere to sit or there's nowhere to stand. I had two people that stood there. That was standing there for an hour. It was
Wow.
standing, and I appreciate everybody for coming out. But we'll get into that in a minute. But it was good seeing Princess. It was good seeing folks. And Derek Jackson was there. Uh, it was really a nice time, and I truly appreciate y'all. Go ahead. What else you got?
All right, we have this JetBlue pilot that killed himself because he was convicted on child porn charges. Hold on, let me get this story. I just had it and then went my hair got right here.
You know what? And Roma Johnson, right? Her daughter, she introduced me to her daughter. And obviously the genes were so strong.
Hey, Roro.
Her
Mm-hmm.
daughter, and they look just like sisters. It was amazing.
Really?
Roma's sister, they all look. I'm gonna give a shout out to Roma Johnson's mom and dad. Those genes are strong over there. They all look alike. There's no denying. The daughter looks like the mother. The sister looks like the sister. There was a lot going on over there, and they had a good time, and I truly appreciate them. Yeah, what's the story?
So, a JetBlue pilot who was arrested on his own plane and then freed on bail last month over a child sex charge killed himself on Friday as police closed in for a second arrest. Jeremy Gurdoff, 33 years old, shot himself in his car at a train station in Revere, Boston, as troopers approached him Friday morning. He's pronounced dead at the hospital. Authorities closed in, he shot himself abruptly, ending the search. He was initially hauled off of Boston's local international airport on February 20th after Custom and Border Patrol Protection discovered a warrant for his arrest out of North Carolina on a child sex charge. The pilot had been moments away from taking off for Paris when he was pulled off the aircraft. He's charged in Huntsville, North Carolina for second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. He was also charged in the Bay State as a fugitive of justice. The federal judge in Boston set his bail at $10,000 on the condition that he turn himself over to law enforcement. However, because he didn't do so, they went looking for him, and that's what happened. JetBlue had placed him on an indefinite leave from the aircraft. He was prohibited from flying for JetBlue, and he killed himself. As he should. Leave them kids alone. Why are you laughing, Shawn? Leave them kids alone.
Because of what you just said. He killed himself as he should.
Yeah, leave them kids alone. Leave them kids alone. And he looked like he did what they said he did.
Look at this guy.
Leave them kids alone.
This guy. No. Princess Coxno post first chat room member of the week. Princess rolled through, and it was such a pleasure to see him. And we had Princess, an area for him over there by the stage. Princess was literally, he's right, in every picture that everybody took of the stage in that whole area, you're gonna see Princess.
Oh my gosh!
Princess was right on the stage. He was right there. It was so fun. Princess. And D-Lo Mathis, right? Our beloved D-Lo.
She came up from North Carolina?
No, her brother.
Okay.
She got her brother. D-Lo got a ticket for her brother. Her brother represented her.
Okay.
Her brother came to the Friday night show.
Shout out to D-Lo.
And and the brother is an old school hood dude like me. The same thing. Yo, what up? His brother's like, well, I don't know, D-Lo, how old's your brother? About 75 years old. And he came up in there, and we had a great time. It was a pleasure meeting D-Lo Mathis' brother. We laughed in the corner the whole night. We were showing each other some love. He even FaceTimed D-Lo while we were at the club, and it was just a beautiful situation. And it was a pleasure meeting D-Lo Mathis' brother. He hood as hell too. God bless. But I am as well. All right. And we're gonna talk about the party in a minute. And I appreciate y'all, man, for coming out. Thank you. Danielle Williams, God bless. And I do apologize for most folks that couldn't even get in. It was that we get in time.
And shout out to Danielle Williams. I don't know if you're listening this morning, Danielle. I spoke to her yesterday. She went back to work today, 5 days a week. So shout out to you, sister. You are in our thoughts, and we are rooting for you to get through this day.
Why do we have Danielle Williams in our thoughts? So
yes, because she's a federal worker. So she was home for 5 years, and now she has to be back in the office.
Yeah, but if Danielle Williams is in our thoughts, in my head, that means to make sure she gets home back and forth safely from work without nothing happening to her. That's what.
When I say that, I mean she's in our thoughts that she don't strangle one of the people for driving her crazy in that office. You know what it's like to not be at work for 5 years, to go back to work to deal with annoying people that you avoided for 5 years?
Are you serious right now? That's part of the job.
I'm so serious. That's a lot.
No,
I said, y'all.
No.
Reach out to your girl Danielle. Give her some encouraging words. Make sure that she's good.
Encouraging words.
And she not wearing them white sunglasses at work today.
No. I'm gonna pray for Danielle Williams to make it back and forth.
That too.
Back and forth home to work every day. I'm going to pray that Danielle Williams is safe when she goes back and forth to work. I'm not praying for Danielle Williams to go back into the office where she should be anyway. I'm not doing that. Okay?
I am.
And then for you to sit there and sympathize for these folks that got to go back to work, this part of their job is going back to work. I'm going to pray for Danielle Williams to get to work and home safely in one piece. You're going to make it seem like you're giving a lot of sympathy to her because she got to go back to work. That's her job. She'll be fine, regardless of what she's got to deal with internally. I'm praying for Danielle Williams.
Okay, mentally dealing with them folks. So that's what I'm praying for.
I'm dealing for. Let's put prayer emojis for Danielle Williams in the chat room to make it home safely back and forth to work.
Yes, to make it.
Why don't we do that
and have
instead of Miss Miko putting this narrative out there like, oh my God, she has to go back to work because she's been home for 5 years, because that's what Miss Miko is saying.
Yeah.
Let's give Danielle Williams some prayer emojis. It's her first day back to work in 5 years, and let's let her be covered in cloth by the Almighty God Himself, so she could get back and forth to work. How about that? Now,
whatever, Shawn.
Whatever. And Miss Miko, you should be ashamed of yourself because you're a team leader of 500 people.
I'm not a team leader. I'm a senior leader.
You're a senior leader, team leader, whatever it is.
All 500 of my people, they home. They home.
You said what?
They home. And I have no intent on bringing them back to the office. They home.
Well, then maybe Danielle Williams need to work over there with you.
Hey, come on over, girl. I got you.
Okay, cool. Now, for the young man who like to watch the little kids have sex.
Yeah, he killed himself as he should. Get out of here.
I think he more killed himself because of the embarrassment. You see, in the story, you talked about how the U.S. Marshals pulled his ass off the plane before they were flying to Paris. That's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you in the cockpit and you checking your charts and you checking the weather and you checking the runway and you talking to the air traffic control and you're talking in that flight language, and all of a sudden here come Bob. Yo, you got to get your nasty ass off this plane because you running from one state. We got you here, and you are not leaving the United States, sir.
But wait a minute, what happened to that plane? They have to call in a new pilot. So that means those people, the flight was probably delayed or canceled because now they gotta wait for a new crew. He messed up everything.
But let's put the prayer emojis one more time for Danielle Williams. She has to go back to work. But let's pray that she gets home safe and go to work and get back safe. We're praying for her because she has to go back to work. That's her job. She has to go back to work.
Joy, you've been a hater about these workers working from home for a long time. I'm not hating on the workers. You are a hater. Yes, you are.
I am not hating on the workers.
Yes, you are. You are a hater on work from home folks. Yes, you are. You get mad because they got to go back to work. What? How does that affect you? How does that change your life?
I'm not mad that they got. I'm not mad that they got to go back to work. They just got to go back to work. Look what you just said. Hear what you just said. You're saying Danielle Williams and others have been home for 5 years. That's Olympics. That's the Olympics. They was home more. The Olympics is every 4 years. They've been home. They've been home for a leap year, a whole leap year.
Oh God!
They've been home. Babies are now in the first grade. Okay. This is almost a quarter of a generation that these people have been home. That's all I'm saying. I just want to make sure she's safe.
Okay.
You make it seem like it's something bad. Thank God we all got jobs. She has a job. You just said it. They're purging the federal government. They're firing all these people. I don't want Danielle Williams to get fired. I want her to keep her job.
She's not. That's why she's in the office today, and we're praying that she have a good day because these people be pissing her off. You're right.
No one's pissed her off in 5 years.
Exactly. We want to keep it that way. We want to keep her good, sis, happy and smiling. That's all I'm saying.
these folks that got to go back to work. And again, like I said, everybody, let's give Danielle Williams some prayer emojis. She has to go back outside and she has to commute to work and then commute back home. Let's pray that she's doing well in her commute. She has to go to the job. That's something different. Now, I know
That's
y'all
like
mad
D-Lo
at me.
Sean. Have you ever had a 9-to-5 job? Thank you, D-Lo. His hating ass. You ever work 9 to 5? So you ever work in the office 9 to 5 every day? With I'm not talking about you riding your bicycle all around Manhattan, dropping off packages and picking them up. We're not talking about that. We're talking about 9 to 5 in the office. It's a different beast. Shoot.
But by the way, after I was a bike messenger, I had a van and a truck, and I was delivering packages. You know, I stepped up a little bit. By the way, guys. But to answer your question, no, I never worked in an office in 9 to 5. I
So
never
you don't
did that.
understand. You don't
But I
understand the
don't
culture.
understand. I still work with people that have personalities that I have to deal with.
But you dealt with different people every day because you was in and out. So you were dealing with different people versus sitting in a cubicle with that white noise and the dull lighting and the same people in your ear all day and all night. It's crazy. It will drive you freaking crazy. You got the gossiper, you got the smoker, you got the one that don't work. You got so much going on. It's like, yo, I'd rather be at home.
Oh my goodness. Well, again,
It's a different culture, Shawn. Just different culture. So shout out to Danielle and all the other office employees. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to Danielle Williams. May she get back and forth to work safely. Okay. And I do sympathize with the other personalities at the job that you have to work with each and every day. I will say that. But you gotta go back to work. I mean, I'm sad. Now you're making me feel sad because she has to go back to work. I just want to make sure she go back to work and she's good because there's a lot of people. Look at LaShawn Hayes Jones. Remember, before we get into this, remember LaShawn Hayes. Remember COVID. LaShawn, I don't know. I don't know if this was before your time, Ms. Migo, but when COVID happened, our beloved LaShawn Hayes Jones was the first one in the chat room to announce that she had COVID back in the day. And she was in the front lines working in the New York City subway in the toll booth, getting cursed out every day before COVID. She had COVID before COVID.
Before COVID knew it was COVID?
She was getting cursed out every day. She was going to work every day. LaShawn Hayes Jones had COVID 17 days, then called back. Ms. Rico, I'm not making this up. Then called back months later, got COVID again, had it again. And she was out there every day on the front lines. LaShawn Hayes Jones has been outside for the last 5 years. For the last 5 years, she's been outside in the front lines getting cursed out.
She is an unsung hero.
And then some of y'all, like you and Miss Mick, I'm speaking of you and all the others, you're sitting home in your little office drinking hot cocoa, and you're in the house for 5 years, working from home, and you got people like LaShawn Hayes Jones that's out there running up the beachfront like we watching Saving Private Ryan. LaShawn Hayes Jones and others are running up the beachfront, taking sniper fire every day, while some of y'all are sitting there with your bonnets on, with your flip flops, and your little shower dress, and you're logging in. And now you gotta go to work, and there's a problem. And LaShawn Hayes Jones this morning, LaShawn Hayes Jones is still outside.
Shout out to LaShawn.
And nobody acknowledges the people who's been outside. Shawn Harvey was outside during COVID.
She's an unsung hero, Shawn. I said LaShawn is an unsung hero. All you paramedics, nurses, doctors, firemen, all you guys are unsung heroes, and we thank you so much. Even the garbage people. I think the garbage people every week are picking up my garbage because I'm like, I don't even know how y'all did it all these years. The UPS guy, FedEx, shout out to y'all for keeping the world running. The world is moving because you guys. Thank you so much. But for the office workers, I have empathy for you. So for those going back to work or those work in the office, I do empathize with you. I empathize with the travel home, the rush hour, the frustrations. I get it. I guess all I'm saying is just have a little empathy and show my sister some love and all the other office workers going back to work after this long break, because it's hard to transition. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it there.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm serious.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing. I do believe what you're saying, and it's so heartfelt and it's so sincere. I do believe it. But I was watching a recent TikTok video where there was a government worker, it was a female. She was did a video. She wasn't even dressed. Miss Migo, and she shared her disgust with going back to work. And she was saying things like, who's gonna watch my baby? I need clothes to wear. And she had a husband that worked from home, and he's in the other room, and he had a problem with going back to work. And I don't feel like how are you gonna sit there and say who's gonna watch the baby, who's gonna watch the dog? Well,
Right.
one woman didn't want to go back to work because her mother couldn't go, couldn't go to the stores and all that. She had to stay home. Another remote worker, Miss Miko, moved to another state. Who said you can do that?
Right. I mean, that's a violation of policies of many locations.
Move to another state, and now they're mad that they got to move back to the state so they can work. So when you hear these stories, and then you have LaShawn Hayes Jones and all the others, and now you're acknowledging the garbage guys and all that.
Well, that's not what Danielle did. Danielle didn't move to another state. She just don't want to go in the office. What's the problem? She ain't moved. She just don't want to go to the office.
I know she doesn't want to go to the office, and I understand that. I know that. I know she doesn't want to go to the office. I get it. And I said, let's pray for Danielle Williams to have a safe journey back and forth to work. You got up there and said, oh my God, guys, let's think about Danielle. Oh my God, guess what, guys? After 5 years, she has to go back into the office. That's all I'm saying. Let's pray for Danielle. That's all I'm saying. Put the prayer emojis in for Danielle Williams and put the prayer emojis in for LaShawn Hayes Jones, who caught COVID 43 times. She's in the Guinness Book of World Records for catching COVID. And I just want to say this directly to Danielle if she's listening. I don't know if she's mad at me or not, but Danielle, I love you to death, and you know this. And if it was up to me, you could stay home to work. I don't care. I wish all of you could stay home from work, but that's just not the reality. So I pray that you make it back and forth for the continuous of your work career safely. Amen. That's all I pray for.
Amen.
You going back to work and dealing with disgruntled employees and all that, that's another issue. I want you to make sure that you are healthy and that you're strong, that you can listen to the show, and that you can be productive, and you make it home safe. Miss Miko is sympathizing with you because you got to go back. We got two different viewpoints here, and it's all love. But I'm not gonna forget about the people that has not, like Miss Miko, you and a few others haven't even been outside when COVID was going down. What about the people that was outside still commuting?
I just shouted them out and gave them their flowers and compliments, Shawn. Why are you dragging it?
Okay.
What are we doing here?
Welcome to the Shawnee Place on Earth, where you get your morning started right. Shawn Harvey Morning show featuring Wake Up Team. Should the guy kill himself? I don't think you should kill yourself.
Yeah, for mess with them kids, absolutely.
I mean, messing with the kids, yes, I totally agree.
Yeah,
messing with the kids, total violation. Your ass needs to be in jail. You're nasty as hell. You're nasty. Absolutely. You shouldn't be around kids.
Nope.
Psychologically, there's some damage going there. Whether it was something done to you back in the day, wherever it is. But sir, you got caught, sir. Sir, you got caught. Miss Miko is okay with you killing yourself. And this goes back to my next point. A lot of y'all sit there and y'all complain about these airlines and how you sit in the seats, and no one acknowledges the mental health of the pilot. You're sitting there praying for, and you get on the plane and you're crossing your fingers and you got your crucifix crossed out, and you're kissing it, and you're praying to the Almighty gods for a safe flight. But not one of y'all sit there and pray for the mental health of that goddamn pilot that's flying the plane.
I do. I always do.
None of y'all don't give a damn about the pilot. Y'all don't even care. Y'all sit there, you're looking at the board. You want to know if your flight's on time. You're not even praying. What about the dude that put the jet fuel in the plane? You don't even think about that guy.
I don't think about him. I think about the bad guy though. I pray for the bad guy so to make sure my bags make it on. So I do pray for the guys with the bags. But yeah, the jet fuel, no, I don't. I'm gonna add them to the list.
Y'all don't pray. Y'all praying to the wrong things. Y'all got to pray for the mental health of the pilot and the co-pilot. Y'all got to think about them. Did they get enough rest in that the night before? You're worried about the wrong thing. You got to worry about, pray for the guy that's putting the fuel in the plane. You pray for the maintenance guys to make sure that punk ass toilet work when you want to take a dump in the plane at 30,000 feet in the air.
That's nasty.
You got to pray to make sure that the electricity and everything works on the plane. You're praying for the wrong things. You're sitting there and the plane about to take off, and you feel that thrust, and it's leaving the ground, going into the sky for the infinity of the abyss, and you praying for the wrong things. You better make sure, you better pray that your pilot is not watching child porn.
Oh.
and how many people, put a number in the chat room if you saw that movie. What was the name of the movie with Denzel when he was drinking? Or what was that? You seen that movie, Miss Migo?
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington, he played a pilot in a movie. I forgot that movie. And he was an alcoholic. Yeah, he was an alcoholic. And he was
They
drinking.
said most pilots are.
Yeah, but the plane, there was something wrong with the plane, and all of a sudden had some mechanical failure while they were in the air. But he was already twisted. He was drunk, but he was asleep. And the co-pilot was flying the plane. But he miraculously saved most of the people for these different maneuvers he was using prior to the plane crashing. And then they found out that, he was an alcoholic through his blood test. I can't remember the name of the...
Wait a minute, Shawn. Why are you thinking about that? They grinding you up in the chat room because they said that you take pictures and you never post them. And Stephanie K said it's pissing her off. How many selfies you took last night with how many people, Shawn? Everybody want their damn selfies. Either send it to the people or post it.
I put some of the pictures up last night. I did. I put some. I didn't put them up. I put one picture up on Instagram.
Roma want her pictures.
I'm gonna do it, guys.
Okay.
I was exhausted yesterday. I didn't even do nothing but lay in the crib. I was so tired yesterday.
D-Lo said she wasn't there. She want to see what was going on. You need to post all the pictures.
Who?
D-Lo.
I'm gonna post all the pictures. I'll post some of them. Stephanie, I know how Stephanie always gets on me about posting. I'm gonna post the pictures. I did. I posted a bunch of pictures on my Shawn Harvey page. LaShawn Brown posts a lot of pictures on her page, and honestly, I didn't even get a chance to take a lot of pictures. People were grabbing me.
Well, the people saying that you took a lot, and they want them. The people want their pictures.
I definitely, and we're gonna talk about the party at the end of the show. I'm gonna get into that. Guys, pray for the right appropriate people, okay? And don't worry about if you want Sprint or Spirit or Delta or American Airlines. They're all the same plane. They're just wrapped up in different material. All the commercial planes that we fly on like every day, they're the same planes, okay? Don't get into it. Yes, they do have other planes, but I'm talking about the regular planes. Like if you're flying from New York, Philly to Chicago and Atlanta and all that, they're the same planes. Now, if you're flying over to Paris and all those planes, those are different planes. Those are bigger planes. Let's pray for the mental health of the pilot and the co-pilot and the guy who does the electricity on the plane. and the God who fuels the plane. Let's pray for the essential workers that makes these things stay in the air. What else you got, Miss Miko, before we talk about this party? And guys, let's give a round of applause to Miss Miko. She looks very good this morning. Forehead's popping. It's a good look. Miss Miko, how's your granddaughter?
Oh, she's doing better. She was sick on Friday, guys, but she's doing so much better. Over the weekend we stayed in with her and we nursed her back to health. We're actually flying out on Friday. We're going to Colombia for a couple of days, and the grandbaby's coming with us, so we need her to be 100% to go to another country. So she's doing better. Thanks for asking, Shawn.
Stephanie talking about Delta got the different planes. Are you crazy, Miss? Matter of fact, Stephanie was so funny at the comedy show the other night. On Saturday night, Stephanie, Aldo, my man, I have the comedians that I do love and I respect on the show. Aldo was on the show. Hold on. Everybody, the one and only's on the phone. The Drew dropper himself, Amir Sealy. What's up, brother?
Hi, Amir. Good morning.
Amir, you there? Good morning, brother. Can you hear me, Amir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning.
Everybody's listening to you.
Good morning, Miss Miko. Haven't seen you.
Good morning, Amir. How you doing, brother?
I was just chiming in. First off, I wanted to say absolutely stellar job with the party on Saturday.
Sir.
It was great to see everybody. It was great to really see the morning crew. It's been a minute since I've seen some of y'all, so that was absolutely amazing. So just want to thank you, Shawn, for inviting me out, man, and allowing me to have the opportunity to come out and party with you guys and just see everybody. It's funny, the topic that y'all talking about this morning, everybody coming out of the pandemic and people having to deal with COVID and all this other odd stuff that's going on in the world. I just wanted to chime in a quick moment and just say this. But for those who are headed back into the office, and I happen to be one of those who I was down for maybe a year, and then I actually had to go back into the office. I didn't get to stay off or out of work that long. But I will say this. Obviously, we 5 years now removed from the pandemic. Thank God for those of us who survived and for those, who didn't, rest in peace. And we love you. But just do better so that if and when this may or may not come around again, we're prepared. So many of us are watching and losing loved ones just for a number of reasons, and including, just not doing the simple things that we're supposed to do. Do your daily checkups, get to the doctor, make sure that, your health is in as great a shape as it can possibly be under the circumstances, because far too, as we look and as we've seen in the last couple of weeks, and especially with some of the icons who we've, grown to know and love, we've seen them leave us in an alarming rate. You know what I mean? And it's for things that are treatable. For those who have diabetes and, things like that, that's treatable. You got to put down the snacks. Stop with the cookies. I like a great ice cream. I like a great cookie, a brownie like everybody else. But if it's between that and your health, choose your health. People need you to be here. Your family needs you to be here. The people who love you need you to be here. So it just, behooves us to, do that. And then the biggest thing is check in. They didn't do a great job, to me, at transitioning everybody back into the workforce, because to me, that's the biggest issue that's going on right now. People have gotten so used to being home, and they should be, because most of us had a standard of work. We didn't have a standard of life when we were dealing with COVID. So just before COVID, everybody was just going to work every day. You on a hamster wheel, and it just made sense for you to do that. You got a chance to actually be home, find out that you do or don't like your kids, your significant others, your husbands, your wives, things like that. And now that you have that, you don't want to give it up, and that makes sense. But with that having been said, then let's do a better job of taking care of it and making sure it works out the way that we need it to work out. Too many of us are just leaving here way too soon. I'm looking 50 this, 50 that, 40, 30, heart attacks, strokes. These are things that are preventable. I like all of y'all, seafood boys, put the seafood down. Some of y'all gotta stop. Put the chicken down. You're gonna stop with that. All of y'all great brunches. I'm not mad at you. Get you a good brunch, but you don't need to be there every week. And I see it because I see it on my timeline. We brunches, we mimosas. Stop. Put that alcohol down, y'all. We can do better. I'm telling you, Ms. Miko, I know you. I watch your timeline. You traveling, and this is for everybody on here. Travel more. Get out and see the world. Stop with the brunches and do some more traveling. Get out to see the world. Get out to see what's happening around the country and around the world. If you're gonna use your money, use it wisely to really enjoy your life. You're gonna see them same people 10 years from now still doing the same thing. Brunches ain't going nowhere.
Hold on. Whoa. Let me. Everybody, let's give Amir Sealy a round of applause. Amir, these folks are traveling. I'm advocating them to go back to work. You talk about all these illnesses. These folks get these illnesses sitting home for 5 years, working from the house. Now they got an opportunity to go outside, stretch their legs, commute back and forth to work, get that blood pumping again. This could be healthy for folks to go back to work, to walk down the block, to come out the office, to go downstairs with your lunch break, to walk to the mall or whatever you do. I think that going back to work for some folks might even save their lives, sir, because they've been sitting there for 5 years. That's 2 leap. That's one. They went through 1 leap year. They went through 1 Olympics. They went to almost 1,400 days staying home. I do agree with you. I mean, you're talking about traveling. I get that, but because Amir Sealy just said it, he was home only for 1 year and had to go back to work. Some of your folks been home for 3 and 4 years. Go back outside. You might find it refreshing to go outside and communicate with folks. Go ahead, Amir. You can wrap this up.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that you're absolutely right in terms of, people getting back to work. But what I'm saying is, even for those who are getting back to work, again, the age level, differs. So many of us have been, at some of our jobs for numerous years, 20, 15, 25, 35, whatever. You put in your time. It doesn't make sense for anybody to work 30, 45 years, whatever, for these companies, only for you to then retire and die in 11 years after that. You don't see this goddamn world. I mean that. Like, we joke about it, but that's really what's going on. These companies will keep you there forever. They'll have you showing up every day. The company's gonna be fine. It was there before you got there. It'll be there after you leave. Right. All I'm saying is find a good balance. Meaning, yes, get your work on, do what you have to do to have resources to, live your life and, make a precious life. But at the same time, get out here and see the world a bit. So many of y'all got bucket list stuff that y'all haven't done. And it could be anything and everything. Bali, Thailand, Dubai, and all that. And like I said, I see some of y'all have already, been to these places. But there's a ton of other places that you can still visit before hopefully you leave this place. But the memories will, last forever. And, the ability to get out and to see these things are memories that you could then share with those, that you love and care about. So then they have the opportunity to, hope and dream and make those things a reality for themselves. So, like I said, I had to call in first and foremost, again, just to thank you for, having me at your party on Saturday. It was an absolute blast. Everybody did their thing. And again, it was great to see the entire Shawn Harvey Morning Show family, because I hadn't seen some of y'all in a nice little minute. So it was really, really great to see some of y'all for the first time as well. So that was dope.
I appreciate you so much. And thank you, man, for coming out, man. It was just so special for you to be there. And thank you. And I'm glad we had a good time. And I appreciate you and your lady for coming out. And thank you. All right. Okay. That was Amir Sealy. God bless. Now, just a quick recap. Okay. My nephew just walked in. The show's about to end, and my nephew just walked in. Y'all give Lee Scott a round of applause and his lovely wife, April, and how's the kids and how's the dog? Amir Sealy talked a lot and he made some good points. That's why we call him the jewel dropper. And I'm so grateful that he had an opportunity to call in and chime in with his thoughts this morning, and God bless him. This is what I want to say. First of all, thank you so much for the birthday love. And the first thing I want to say too is the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team is totally committed to broadcasting this show throughout the weeks, each and every, 3 days out the week for now. And we're going to upgrade up to 5 days, hopefully. And I want to say that I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart for, tuning into the show. And I know that everyone talked about Saturday, and we had such a great time. And I truly appreciate the folks that that definitely attend, and I do apologize to folks that couldn't make it or I couldn't get into the show, into event, which brings the bigger question to me of my expansion of my comedy career and doing a regional tour, which I'm working on right now this morning with a few folks because of the momentum of the weekend. But before I get into Saturday night, which was so much love, I want to thank everyone for coming out Friday night. Friday night, we had a sold out show as well. And I want to appreciate those folks who came out and some of the folks who made the adjustment because I had asked some folks, can they come to Friday show to take them off the Saturday list because I had no room in the event was oversold on Saturday. So I want to take the time out to thank people that adjusted their schedule to go to from Saturday to Friday. I really want to thank you for that because a lot of people don't know that behind the scenes. And we had enough people to go to the Friday show, which created the space because we oversold the Saturday show. So I want to thank everyone for that, and I appreciate you. And Friday was special for me because a lot of the folks that I grew up with from my neighborhood, guys I went to junior high school with, and all the ladies that I just really grew up with from my neighborhood and from my childhood came to the show on Friday, which, by the way, I posted a lot of those pictures, Stephanie, on Friday, on my page yesterday from the Friday show. And I want to thank and the show was absolutely hilarious. Sophia, so dope. She got on the stage, she ripped the room. Jamie hosted the show. Chris Grant featured for me, and I closed the show out. That was on Friday. And I appreciate you guys for coming out. We had a good time, and thanks for everyone for supporting my merchandise. And then Saturday came, and Saturday was special. And the whole weekend was special because Saturday, my family was there. My mom's came. If y'all was there, Mama Harvey was there, Dear Jackson, everybody from this chat room that's in the room was there. That was important to me. I wish I could have had all the chat room members there. But if you was there, there was nowhere to put no one. A princess being on stage next to me, I thought that was universal. I thought that was appropriate for the moment. That princess was right there next to me while I was on the stage. I thought that was really amazing. Like I said, all of the Shawns were there. Dara Jackson was there, her friends, and all these people came out. And it meant so much to me that it filled this tremendous void of nothing but love that I'm riding on right now to this day, right now at this moment. Again, like I said, I turned away more people than attended both shows. I turned away 85 people for Friday, and I turned away 110 people for Saturday, which now I prayed on it and I'm thinking of it, and we're going to put together a little regional tour here in the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Delaware area for the Shawn Harvey, because I'm gonna do this. I'm not waiting for no Hollywood people to call me. You already know I'm not doing all of that. I'm 60 years old, and I'm going to take my fate, my own destiny in my own hands. And I want y'all to have me in your thoughts while I try this, while I go into this new endeavor as far as my comedy career, where I'm going to put on a mini tour later on this year, and I truly appreciate you. Shout out to the New York King Talent who closed out the show Saturday night. Princess was there. Everybody was there. He was hilarious. He was funny. He's my brother in the game. I appreciate him. Shout out to DJ Hot Sauce and LaShawn, who helped me. LaShawn Brown, who's in the chat room, who's Hot Sauce lady, helped me with the door and helped me work this whole thing out. I appreciate you. All the people who came from Pennsylvania, from Connecticut, from Virginia, from Jersey. Somebody came from Massachusetts just to come and hang out with me. It was just so grateful and so gratifying. Then Roma Johnson and all her peoples came out and they had a good time. My mother, my sister, a few of my kids, some of my nieces and nephews, they were all in the building on Saturday night. Stephanie K featured for Comedian Talent. If y'all saw her, I don't know, Princess, did you meet her? Dara, did you meet Nairoma? Did y'all meet Stephanie? Stephanie did her thing. She was so funny. She was so funny. And Steph, I love you to death. She's part of my team. I'm part of her team. And I appreciate you. You look good up there as you was telling your jokes, and you represented yourself and the whole comedy community to the utmost. And I was so proud that you was on the show. My man Aldo went up first. He did his thing as usual. Truly appreciate him as well. And I appreciate Miss Jones for participating. Jonesy in the morning from 94.7 The Block. She did her thing as well. And then I host a show. I had on my, my new edition 2-piece little leisure shoot that they were snapping on me. But I thought I felt good. I'm in a great spirit. I'm in a great place right now. I am so grateful and I am so humble to everyone. And throughout the day today, I'm going to literally reach out to everyone that came out Friday and Saturday and thank them so much for coming out, and I truly appreciate you. You guys, please look forward later this year to that Shawn Harvey regional tour that's going to hit Connecticut, New Jersey, the usual places. And thank you so much. LaShawn, Oliver, thank you. Thank you so much, man. She is like, I love you so much because of our relationship since I've met you. And we had this bond together. We've done business together. I've been to your house. I know your family. We've been on cruises together. I mean, put a pause on that. I want to thank you and your homegirl for coming out. LaShawn Haynes Jones, you already know. Y'all know how I feel about LaShawn. I've known LaShawn since I was freaking 14 years old. And God bless. Princess being there, dear Rebecca. Princess being right next to the stage was so appropriate. Princess walked rolled into a packed house, and we put his ass right there in the front. And he has such a good time. And I truly appreciate everyone. My folks that I went to for the cruise. And then there's a lot of folks that came out that's not a part of our group here on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring Wake Up Team. There's my comedy supporters that want to come out because they only know me for telling jokes. So I want to thank all of those folks for coming out, and I truly appreciate you. So we're going to take advantage of the momentum later on in the year. We're going to go back to Comedy in Harlem. We're going to do it again, fire lineup, and then we're going to put together this regional tour for Shawn Harvey to, do his thing. I'm going to close out all the shows and tell these jokes, and I appreciate all of you guys. And thank you for taking your time out, because time is precious. And you took your time and you went in your wallet and you spent the money and y'all came out to show me love. And I will never forget that. So my 60th birthday is something that will be embedded in my spirit and my soul for the rest of my life. And to be around you folks that are such good people are just truly a blessing for me, because in my lifetime, there's some parts of my life that I didn't hang out with good people. I hang out with bad people. I hung out with a lot of bad people in my life. So I clearly know the difference from good and evil. And I'm so grateful that in my life right now, I am clothed with being around the abundance of positivity and good folks in my life. And that is truly, truly a blessing. And sometimes we all got to take a look around and see who are we around, and are these people beneficial to us and making our lives and our places that we go and the things that we do a better place. And I know for certain, without a doubt, that the people that I associate with on a daily basis, whether if it's in my life, in my home, in my business, and all I do, all the people I know that are in place, I'm around the right folks. And you guys proved that. The universe was there on Saturday and Friday. So I want to show people on Friday love, because Friday was crazy. Don't get it twisted. Friday was crazy. And we had an after party Friday. We couldn't even do an after party Saturday because there was another show. But I want to thank all of you, and I will never forget your kindness and your time and coming out and showing me love and believing in this movement and believing what we do each and every day and believing in this show and believing, knowing that when we go on live in the morning that we're here. And I am 100% totally committed to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team until I can't do this no more. And I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I need you more than you need me. Trust me. So thank you. That's it. We're gonna see you in a few days. I'm applaud you guys. Thanks for purchasing my air fresheners. I recently purchased a fragrance company, and it's doing big things, and I truly appreciate y'all. So God bless you guys. We'll see you in a few days. I wanted to take a nap, but I can't because I got to help Kathy Garrison with her show, and I got a whole lot of other things to do. Naroma Johnson, you are the winner. Princess, you are the winner. Dara Jackson, you are the winner. I keep pronouncing Dara's name wrong, but God bless her. All the LaShawns were in the building on this show. My moms and my kids and everybody else, and my sister and my niece, and DJ Hot Sauce again. Can't do, I always work with DJ Hot Sauce. Thank you. And last but not least, Jamie Roberts, the owner of Kami in Harlem, his wife, the co-owner, Nikki Sunshine, who I've known for years. God bless them. And I pray for the utmost success of their business over there at Kami in Harlem. And it was just such a pleasure that we saw the power of the Black dollar circulating in a room that was owned by a Black person. So it speaks volume of the power of the Black dollar in real time. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I got to help Kathy with this show. I appreciate you guys. I see y'all in a few days. God bless. Let me see the hearts in the chat room. Let's do that real quick. Where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, where the hearts? I want to thank my wife too. She couldn't make my wife couldn't make the show. She was sending all her love. God bless this woman as well. She holds me down behind the scenes like y'all don't even know. So shout out to my wife, Tanya Harvey. God bless her. I got a great partner. It's all good over here, and it's truly a blessing. Where the hearts at? Where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, turned down for what? Why not? 100% committed. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, where the hearts at? Yo, and let me tell you something. Naroma Johnson, Princess could testify that Naroma Johnson was in that corner and she was shining. That woman looked good. Naroma was shining. Dara was shining. Everybody was up in there shining. We were shining in there on set. Look, Shawn or her girl, we were in there shining. And know this. If you have an event and I can't make it, it's only because I'm working. Because if I'm not working, I'm there for you as well. If I'm there, if I'm not working, because a lot of times I feel bad because some of y'all have events. LaShawn Oliver always invite me over to the house and I'm working. But when I'm not working, know this. I'm there for you like you guys are there for me. Where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, turned down for what? All right. We out of here. I'll see you in a few days.